The story begins with Arlen, a young woman with a tattoo BB5040 marked on her neck. She is cast out into a desolate wasteland known as the Bad Batch, a barren desert beyond the borders of Texas. This unforgiving land serves as a dumping ground for society's undesirables, criminals and outcasts forced to survive on their own. At the border, a large sign warns that the Bad Batch lies outside U.S. jurisdiction, meaning laws and citizenship protections no longer apply. As Arlen steps into this harsh new reality, she finds a tattered leaflet that reads, "Find the dream, find the comfort," offering a glimmer of hope. After walking for hours under the scorching sun, she rests in the shell of an abandoned car. Through the rearview mirror, she notices a golf cart speeding toward her. Alarmed, Arlen runs, but her escape is short-lived. Two women driving the cart quickly capture her, knocking her unconscious and dragging her away. When Arlen awakens, she is chained and disoriented. A woman notices her stirring and injects her with a sedative. As Arlen fades back into unconsciousness, the woman gruesomely amputates Arlen's right arm and leg to cook and serve as food for her cannibalistic group. This group survives in the wasteland by preying on newcomers like Arlen. Despite her severe injuries, Arlen refuses to give up. Using her wits, she tricks the woman into freeing her chains and kills her with a crowbar. Arlen then hides, waiting for the right moment to escape. During this time, Arlen watches the cannibal group's camp, carefully studying their movements. When the time feels right, she crawls out of the camp on a skateboard, her will to survive overpowering her pain. Hours pass under the relentless desert sun. Dehydrated and weak, Arlen crawls across the wasteland, barely holding on. Just as her strength gives out, a mysterious man finds her and rescues her. The man places her in a stroller and pushes her for miles, eventually bringing her to a place called the Comfort, the same name she saw on the leaflet. The guards at the Comfort welcome Arlen and take her in, while her rescuer silently departs without explanation. Over the next 5 months, Arlen recovers. With a new prosthetic leg and steady work, she finds a modest place to live. Apparently, the Comfort operates like a self-contained community, where its residents, exiles from the Bad Batch, engage in trade using a unique currency. Despite the harsh environment, the Comfort provides a semblance of stability. Meanwhile, the scene shifts focus to a muscular and intimidating man known as Miami Man. He is the leader of the cannibal group that captured Arlen. Though ruthless and feared by others, Miami Man has a softer side, particularly toward his young daughter. In his spare time, he sketches intricate drawings, revealing a surprising artistic talent. One sunny afternoon, Arlen, now armed with a gun she purchased with her wages, ventures into the desert near the Comfort to practice shooting. At the same time, Miami Man's daughter prepares to leave with a female prisoner on a golf cart. Unexpectedly, Arlen spotted a golf cart approaching the garbage dump in the distance. The sight of the cart reminded her of the cannibals who had mutilated her. Driven by fear and anger, she shot the female prisoner riding the cart and took Miami Man's daughter with her. Arlen brought the little girl back to the Comfort, treating her kindly. She even bought the child a rabbit when she noticed her interest in the animal. At the same time, the mysterious man who had once rescued Arlen silently observed her actions from afar, using binoculars to track her movements. Back at the cannibal base, Miami Man grew increasingly worried when his daughter didn't return. Suspecting something had happened, he mounted his motorcycle and rode to the garbage dump. When he arrived, he found his men dead and the golf cart abandoned, with no trace of his daughter. While searching for answers, Miami Man encountered the mute man scavenging through the trash. Miami Man showed him a sketch of his daughter, hoping for a lead. The mute man, using sign language, offered a trade. He would reveal the girl's whereabouts if Miami Man sketched his portrait. Without hesitation, Miami Man quickly drew a detailed portrait of the mute man. In return, the man pointed to a sign and gestured, "Find comfort." Meanwhile, Arlen had bonded with Miami Man's daughter and decided to show her around the Comfort at night. The settlement was unusually lively, with residents celebrating a party hosted by their charismatic leader, the Dream. Apparently, the Dream was admired for creating the Comfort as a lawless yet functioning community, where special currency and freedom thrived. Intrigued by the festivities, Arlen decided to join in and accepted hallucinogenic pills offered by the Dreams Man. While Arlen lost herself in the chaos of the party, the little girl wandered off, chasing after her rabbit, which had escaped near the Dreams Mansion. Soon after, she encountered the Dream himself, who invited her into his grand home. Unaware of the girl's absence, Arlen, under the influence of the drugs, wandered into the desert and eventually fell asleep beneath the stars. The next morning, Arlen awoke to find her prosthetic leg missing. It was revealed that Miami Man had taken it. Not only that, Miami Man also confronted her, demanding to know where his daughter was. But Arlen insisted she didn't know but promised to help him find her in the comfort. In the end, Miami Man threatened to kill her if she didn't succeed. As they prepared to head back, they encountered another cannibal who proposed a barter. He offered Miami Man a full container of gasoline in exchange for Arlen. Miami Man agreed without hesitation. However, as the man moved to claim Arlen, Miami Man swiftly killed him. He took the gasoline and the cannibal's motorcycle, continuing the journey to the comfort with Arlen. During their time together, Arlen and Miami Man developed an uneasy bond. Miami Man shielded her from a harsh sandstorm and shared parts of his past. He revealed that he had been exiled to the Bad Batch because he was an illegal immigrant from Cuba, sent to the U.S. when he was only 13. Curious, Arlen asked about the tattooed badge number on his neck. As she grew bolder, she grabbed his knife and tried to threaten him, but Miami Man remained unfazed by her attempt. Their tense moment was interrupted when a stranger shot Miami Man in the chest and stole his motorcycle, taking Arlen with him. Though reluctant to return to the comfort, Arlen had little choice. When Arlen returned to the comfort, she discovered that the man who had shot Miami Man was prisoner number 5884. This number revealed something startling. The population of the Bad Batch had grown rapidly, with over 800 exiled prisoners now surviving in the harsh desert. Meanwhile, in the vast, barren landscape, the mute man stumbled upon Miami Man, who lay weak and wounded. Despite the cruelty of the Bad Batch, a place where cannibalism and violence were common, the mute man displayed unwavering kindness. True to his nature, he tended to Miami Man's injuries with patience and care, nursing him back to health without expecting anything in return. At the comfort, Arlen continued her search for Miami Man's daughter. One day, she spotted the little girl leaving the Dreams Mansion alongside a heavily pregnant young woman. Days later, Miami Man, now fully recovered, expressed his gratitude to the mute man for saving his life before resuming his search for his daughter. Arlen, determined to rescue the girl, decided to visit the Dreams Mansion. Unlike the rest of the comfort, the Dream lived in luxury. His large home was equipped with modern conveniences, and he was surrounded by his wives, who acted as his guards. At that moment, the little girl seemed happy and well cared for, enjoying a comfortable life with the Dream. During their conversation, the Dream revealed how the comfort's economy ran on drugs produced by his wives. He also took pride in the plumbing system he had built, which kept the settlement clean and functional. To gain access to the girl, Arlen pretended to agree to become one of the Dream's wives. Pleased, the Dream instructed his wives to clean and prepare her for the role. However, Arlen had other plans. She had hidden her gun in her prosthetic leg and secretly took one of the Dream's heavily pregnant wives hostage. To her surprise, the Dream didn't resist. Instead, he calmly allowed Arlen to leave, even giving her a golf cart to take the girl and make the journey easier under the hot sun. Driving through the desert, Arlen and the girl finally reunited with Miami Man. Overwhelmed with relief, Miami Man embraced his daughter, and the girl beamed with happiness at seeing her father again. During their reunion, Arlen expressed her preference for the harsh desert over the artificial comfort of the comfort. Miami Man, though skeptical of her survival chances in the desert, didn't reject her. His actions suggested she could stay with him if she chose. The film concludes with a quiet moment by a campfire. The little girl, accustomed to spaghetti dinners at the Dreams Mansion, complained about missing her favorite meal. In the absence of food, Miami Man took her pet rabbit and cooked it for their dinner. As they ate, the little girl's tearful eyes betrayed her sadness over losing her bunny. Miami Man gently stroked her back to comfort her. At that moment, Arlen and Miami Man exchanged a knowing smile, a small moment of connection amid the endless desert. So the moral of the story is, in a desert full of cannibals and shady leaders, don't get too attached to your bunny, because survival dinners don't come with spaghetti options. Also, sometimes the most reliable person is the quiet guy with no words but plenty of kindness.